Hello and happy Thursday. I'm Gabe Evans.
And I'm Alexi Anderchak. You're watching NewsWatch Ole Miss. We have a full show for you today, including information on a new store coming to Oxford.
But first, an update on the the Jay Lee case. The bond hearing for Sheldon Timothy Harrington Jr. has been rescheduled.
This comes after hiring a new attorney, Afram Sellers, from Jackson, Mississippi. The new hearing will be at 10 a.m. on February 27th here in Oxford.
On February 7th, a Lafayette County grand jury indicted Harrington on a new charge of tampering with evidence. He pled not guilty to the charges and now awaits his new hearing on February 27th.
We will continue to report on this as it develops, but moving on, Gabe, it has been absolutely freezing today.
Don't I know it? It has been extremely cold, colder than what I'm used to.
Absolutely. Let's get a look at our current conditions with weather anchor William Traylor.
Well, the outfit of the day is most definitely sweaters and sweatpants. And if that's not what you're wearing, then you're probably freezing like the rest of us are. 28 degrees here on Oxford's campus. A beautiful sunny day, but that wind sure is ripping through everything. I'll have more about how these cold temperatures will impact you tonight and how they'll go away tomorrow.
Thank you, William. If you have TikTok, you may have heard of the Pants Store.
This popular store has locations all over Alabama and has brought into the spotlight by girls making outfit of the day videos during the University of Alabama sorority recruitment.
Yes, and very soon Oxford will have its very own location. NewsWatch reporter Phoebe Kramer has all of the details.
Say goodbye to the Rebel Bookstore and hello to the new Pants Store. This upcoming 2025 spring, the Pants Store is expanding its business to its 7th location in Oxford, Mississippi. The Pants Store offers a variety of men's and women's apparel. Owner Michael G says #BamaRush on TikTok turned into a must-stop destination for SEC girls, boosting online sales through the roof.
Orders go through the roof. People now we'll visit Tuscaloosa and they'll walk around our Tuscaloosa store and take videos and take pictures like it's famous. It's pretty funny to us. You know, we're there to do our business like we've always done. But people from all over the country have definitely heard of the Pants Store and Bama Rush, and because of the TikTok craze.
Now that same excitement is making its way to Oxford. Ole Miss students who have heard all the buzz about the Pants Store, but some never had the chance to visit, are curious to see what it's all about. With trendy styles at affordable prices, many say they're ready to shop without breaking the bank.
I think I'm just excited that more popular stores are going to be to Oxford and expanding, and we're able to have more affordable options to go shop at for game day outfits or whatever outfits anyone may need.
Right behind me is the old Rebel Bookstore, soon to be the new Pants Store, located on the square across from St. Peter's Episcopal Church. If you're looking for the perfect gift, the Pants Store offers gift cards to buy in-store or online, so your friends can shop till they drop. I'm Phoebe Kramer, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Thank you, Phoebe. Mississippi lawmakers were happy to welcome back Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann back to the state capitol today after a sudden medical emergency. The 77-year-old collapsed at the podium yesterday while the state Senate was in session and was assisted out of the chambers by several Capitol staffers. In an evening press release, Hosemann thanked supporters for their kind support. They reported he was dehydrated and would be ready to return to work the next day. Hosemann reportedly walked out of the Capitol and drove away in his own car soon after he collapsed.
Rebelthon, a student-run dance marathon that raises money for Mississippi's only children's hospital, raised over $250,000 this past weekend. On Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., students danced for a cause, celebrating the strength of kids and parents of children of Mississippi. The theme of this year's event was Heart to Heart, and the funds raised money for a nurse's station in the cardiology unit. And are you interested in a career or internship in STEM? Well, then you're in luck because the STEM Fair is just 2 weeks away. Details for attending the event can be seen here on your screen. Students of all majors can attend, and don't forget to dress professionally and bring copies of your resume. And for students not interested in STEM, there is an all majors career expo and internship fair coming up on March 5th.
The Lafayette County Board of Supervisors have approved a contract with the Oxford Lafayette Humane Society. This contract will give the society the job of managing and operating the county animal shelter once the shelter opens for business. The 4,160 square foot shelter will sit on 3 acres and will be located in the Lafayette County Max D. Hip Industrial Park. Spaces for play and many other amenities will be available in the building. Construction is expected to be completed in March.
And after the break, need a pick-me-up? See all of the caffeine opportunities available here on campus.
That's right, and you can also hear updates on the Trump administration and the FBI with The Watch. We'll be right back after this.
The freedom to live in safety. That's an American dream.
NewsWatch is a student-run newscast that goes live every week, Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock.
NewsWatch is more than just a college team. It is an immersive learning experience. You learn certain skills that help you in your future journalism career.
RedWatch is just a cool experience because I want to do something in the sports world. So just to get the chance to do that on a platform like this, it's just a great opportunity.
We are the only live station in the Oxford Lafayette area, with Tupelo being the closest. We cover all local news.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Red.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of hotty toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. With early classes and late night study sessions, coffee is a huge part of the lives of students here on campus. NewsWatch reporter Jayla Lagarde has more on coffee consumption, its benefits, and its disadvantages.
Coffee has always been a big part of people's lives, whether you have it every morning, every evening, or multiple times a day. And it is a go-to drink for college students. But having caffeine so often can be damaging to your health, but also beneficial. There are ways to enjoy coffee healthily. You can prioritize black coffee or espresso, limit additives like sugar and cream, or even substitute your milk for almond, soy, oat, or cashew. Many coffee spots on Ole Miss campus offer those options. So if you're thinking of buying a coffee, weigh your options. Consider skipping sugary syrups and heavy creams and opt for black coffee, plant-based milk, or a lightly sweetened alternative to keep it both delicious and healthier.
Thank you, Jayla. Hopefully that helped you wake up a latte. Now to Alexia Andrechik for your national news updates with The Watch.
Thank you, Gabe. President Trump has had a very busy first month in office as he's already met with several foreign leaders. 4 leaders have already visited the White House, and the president is already making preparations to meet with 2 more foreign leaders and allies of the United States. Next week, President Trump will meet with French President Emmanuel Macron on Monday and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer on Thursday. A wide range of international issues are expected to be discussed at these meetings as the U.S. begins negotiations to end the Russia-Ukraine war. And Kash Patel has just been confirmed as the new FBI director. Despite questions about whether or not he has the correct qualifications and temperament to lead the bureau, Patel is a close ally of President Trump and was a harsh critic of the FBI. Democrats voiced many concerns on his initial nomination, citing that he may not be able to maintain the FBI's historic independence from the White House. But Republicans argued that the FBI has recently targeted conservatives, and Patel is someone who could fix that issue. Patel has vowed to root out what he calls the deep state and shut down FBI headquarters in order to reopen it as a museum of the deep state. This is a term used to describe a type of government made up of unauthorized secret networks of power. As Trump leads into his second month of his second term, with most of his nominees being confirmed, his presidency has not gone without its recent controversies. Protests broke out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, following President Trump's job cuts due to the new Department of Government Efficiency, or better known as DOGE. Multiple federal workers have been laid off in multiple departments, including the Departments of Veterans Affairs, Education, Energy, Health and Human Services, National Park Services, and more. Although there are multiple court cases being filed against the Trump administration, President Trump has held firm on how this is beneficial for American citizens.
There's even under consideration a new concept where we give 20% of the DOGE savings to American citizens and 20% goes to paying down debt, because the numbers are incredible, Elon. So many billions of dollars, billions, hundreds of billions, and we're thinking about giving 20% back to the American citizens and 20% down to pay back debt and pay down debt, which is, if you look at value, if it were a real estate balance sheet, the debt is tiny, but we still want to pay it down. Doesn't matter.
In other news, the U.S. Navy has relieved the commander of an aircraft carrier after colliding with another vessel in the Mediterranean Sea earlier this month. Captain Dave Snowden was serving as commander of the USS Harry S. Truman when it hit a merchant ship near the entrance of the Suez Canal. No injuries were reported after the incident, and the aircraft on board was in perfect shape, but the carrier itself did need repairs. Snowden had been the commander of the Truman since 2023. As of now, Captain Christopher Hill, who is the commander of the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower aircraft carrier, will now temporarily step into the role. And that's all I have for The Watch. Be sure to tune in on Monday at 5 p.m. for any new developments. Back to you at the desk, Gabe.
All right, thank you, Alexia. Oxford has recently been experiencing some major chills.
Some very, very cold weather indeed. Last night we broke a record for how cold we can get in January, just like we broke records for how hot it can get in February as well. So I'll tell you a little bit more about those record-breaking temperatures and how that's going to continue through the night right after the break.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us. Ready! That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Elmer loves to giggle. Elmer's mommy told him that laughing can help when you have a big feeling, like when you feel happy. Make sure to celebrate when you're happy and laugh it out. Love your mind.
Because I love you. I want to be your only guy.
Because I love you, skip class with me. Let's stay in bed today.
Because I love you, I just want to be with you so freaking much. Because I love you.
I waited for you after Chem Lab.
You were walking with Mark?
Because I love you.
You shouldn't be hanging out with that dude.
You should know how dumb that makes me look. I don't care if she's your lab partner.
Why do you have texts from him?
Because I love you. This number, delete.
Because I love you. This Jason number,
delete.
And Ben,
delete.
Because I love you, I should smash your phone.
I'll let you give me your password instead. Because I love you.
I will check your texts every day.
You got lucky. Because I love you. Because I love you.
You think it's okay?
Because I love you. You understand.
Because I love you, you stop talking to your classmates. And you feel completely alone.
Because I love you. That's not love.
Well, as we said before the break, we broke records once already this month, and we have broken them again. First for it being the warmest on record in February, now for being the coldest on record, at least in the past 10 to 15 years. Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm William Traylor with your local weather conditions. 27 degrees here on the Ole Miss campus right this second. That's coming with an extreme cold warning from the National Weather Service in Memphis for the entire viewing area, and that is a warning to be taken seriously, especially as these temperatures dip down even lower for the rest of the night. We have no precipitation that's going to come through in the area. As a matter of fact, all of that has moved on over the past day or so, and now we are just left with these cold temperatures across the area. 23 in South Haven, 28 in Tupelo, 27 right here in Oxford, and as you can see, nothing. All the precipitation has just kind of made its way off to the east into South Carolina, North Carolina, and in that area. And we have sunny conditions, windy conditions, and cold conditions. If you've been outside, especially if you're outside this morning for those 8 and 9 a.m. classes, you know that that wind is fierce and is going to stay that way all night long. Which brings us to our primary concern for this evening, which is that chilly, chilly weather that can cause a lot of issues, not only for your travel, for your plans, but for you yourself. Staying out in conditions this cold can cause issues for your health, and I want to tell you a little bit about that. 14 degrees is what we're going to expect tonight, along with, again, that extreme cold warning coming down from the National Weather Service in Memphis for the entire viewing area. So if you can see this, then you're in that warning, and you should take that warning seriously, because the first thing that's going to happen if you stay outside for too long are one of these two things. Hypothermia and frostbite are the most pressing issues that we deal with in these colder conditions, and that's kind of what the National Weather Service wants us to hone in on. Hypothermia is what's going to happen when more heat is leaving the body than it can replace, and when that happens, things just start going crazy. And for a college town, this is particularly important because frequent drinking can increase the chances of hypothermia. So if you're going out tonight for that U.S.-Canada hockey game, you want to make sure you have layers. The solution to both of these problems: layers, layers, layers. You want to bundle up, and if you do not, you will definitely know it in the morning when you wake up with that cold. Frostbite is the second most common effect from the cold weather, and we see that come from direct contact with cold air from the skin. So that's why the nose, the ears, the throat, and the chin and the hands are the first to be affected by that. Particularly when you're holding a cold beer in your hand, you're holding a cold beverage in your hand, those knuckles are exposed. That's what's going to come first, is frostbite to the hands, to the limbs. Be sure to bundle up. The solution, again, to both of these problems: layers, 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 and be sure to heed that warning. 38 degrees tomorrow. We're going to warm up for your Friday going into the weekend. We're going to see a 10% increase just about every day this weekend, and we cannot see that quick enough. It has been chilly all week long, and we hope that it will warm up quickly, which it will. 37 tomorrow for your highs, 38 in Holly Springs and Oxford. And as we go through your 5-day forecast, it is going to go up again 10 degrees just about every day. 38 tomorrow, 47 Saturday, 50 Sunday, 60 Monday, and soon enough we will see those cold weathers go away and we won't have to deal with them again.
You know, William, I feel lied to. When I came to visit for the first time, I thought Mississippi was warm year-round, and now that I've come to school here, it just keeps getting colder and colder.
The only thing Mississippi has year-round is unpredictability, and that's the way it's going to be.
We're learning that.
Mississippi really only has 2 seasons, summer and like that just massive area of unpredictability.
That's it.
It is
That's
so hard
right
to
now.
figure out what's going to happen next year. Well, hopefully something that's a little bit more predictable is our Rebs doing well in sports. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on?
Yes, absolutely. So coming up, there's a big weekend for the Rebs as the men's basketball team travels to Nashville, and baseball hosts their first weekend series against Eastern Kentucky tomorrow. All this and more after this short break.
The funny thing about Hannah is she never crawled. She skipped it entirely and went straight to walking and running. She was such an eager little girl. Guess she was always looking for the next amazing thing. I know that Hannah loved every one of you.
Are you looking for more in this world? Are you driven by purpose? Then we are looking for you. The big-hearted, the bold, the change makers. We are the Peace Corps. With volunteers in more than 60 countries, we join hands with communities, live together, work together, transform lives, and serve boldly together. Are you ready to go the distance to make a difference? Then we have a place where you belong. Join us.
Think buying fake products is harmless? Think again. Think fake cosmetics are tested and safe? Think again. Think that medicine you can buy off social media is high quality? Think again. Counterfeits are made in unsafe conditions, potentially using hazardous and even lethal ingredients that could harm you and others. Each year, billions of dollars worth of counterfeit products are sold in the U.S. I smell big crime. Think about it. If you don't know where the products came from, how could you know where the money goes? You're smart. Buy smart. Go for real.
Welcome back, Rebs. I'm Caroline Dardo with Sports Watch. The Rebels hit the road this weekend to Nashville to take on Vanderbilt. The Rebels had a midweek off after their 10-point loss against their state rival, Mississippi State. Jalen Murray led Ole Miss with 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting over the first half and finished the night with 14 points. Vanderbilt and Belmont transfer Malik Dia is going back to his roots this weekend against the Bulldogs. He pulled down 8 rebounds to lead Ole Miss on the glass. Tune into SEC Network to watch the Rebs at 2:30 this Saturday. And baseball is back at Swayze, and the Rebs started off their home season with a win. Judd Uttermark sent the first pitch he saw out of Swayze Field in the bottom of the 10th for a walk-off homer versus Arkansas State. Left-hand pitcher Gunnar Dennis took the mound for the Rebels at the top of the 10th and moved things so Uttermark could do his job. Tomorrow, the Rebels open a series up against Eastern Kentucky. This game has been moved up to 2 p.m. on Friday at Swayze Field. Your tickets can still be used as mobile tickets will update. The series continues with Saturday's first pitch at 1:30 and Sunday's finale at noon. Taking things to the rink, did you know that the Rebels have a club hockey team that you can cheer on? Sports anchor Erica Durkee has more on the team and their players.
Did you know that Ole Miss had a hockey team? The Ole Miss club team plays in AAU college hockey where they compete Division II. I spoke with some players about the postseason and the future of the team, but first about some of the struggles they face. Many players have difficulties with their classification as a club sport, despite a very similar workload to varsity athletes.
In the eyes of the university, we are a club sport. Our ultimate goal is to become an NCAA program at some point in the future.
There's a lot of teachers that are just like, I don't care, you're not a varsity athlete.
It can be tough. Often we find ourselves in weekends where players can't travel because they can't miss tests.
At the top of their long list of responsibilities, a 1-hour drive to the nearest ice rink.
It takes about an hour for the guys to commute to and from, so that has always been a challenge for our program.
We don't like to drive, but we're the closest thing to pro hockey within 3 states.
Obviously, this affects student attendance, but the program is confident a local rink will solve this issue.
Attending games is difficult and not ideal. A lot of problems could be solved if and when we build a facility.
So we could sell out every game. A rink on campus or in the Lafayette County has always been top of the agenda, but when you're working with such a small operating budget, it's kind of a tall task. We are in talks with lots of companies, lots of private donors, and we have about $5 million pledged towards the construction of a rink, which is just great. The issue we run into is land, where to put a rink.
But you do not have to drive or build a new ice rink to support the Rebels this weekend in the playoffs.
We just locked in conference playoffs.
It's been up and down all year. I think we found a lot out about ourselves as a team, and if we play our game and gets a huge momentum boost going into playoffs.
We are playing Florida Atlantic University. They are the #1 team in our conference.
We're not respected enough coming in as the 7 or 8 seed. We can cause a lot of commotion. If we beat the #1 team in the country, a lot of heads start turning. We're going there to win. It's not just like, oh, we made it, like this is great.
Pay attention, watch it. Well, we play the #1 team in the country on Friday. I think it should be a good game because we beat all the other good teams. We just got to play our game.
And going into next year, keep that support going. Check out hockey. The team is just going to keep getting better.
If you can come to the game, come to the game. So we got 13, 14 freshmen. Didn't really graduate anyone. Helped keeping the team together. And then even though we're young, I think there's a lot of good going on in our locker room. And we're ready to show it off.
We are continuing to grow, and we're continuing to workshop and brainstorm ideas to keep the student body not only just informed, but engaged.
Support's our biggest thing, whether it be streaming the games for free on YouTube or purchasing a jersey, everything helps. Unfortunately, where we sit right now, the school only provides less than 5% of our annual budget. Every dollar we get goes towards that so we can practice and be the best we can.
It is almost 100% player funded. We spend north of $50,000 every single year just for ice time. And then we also have travel expenses.
People in Tupelo, once they watched one game, saw the rough hits, the big fights, the exciting goals, it built that hype. And I mean, that's a testament to what could be here.
This is our last 4 years of competitive hockey. And once we realized that, this is it. We could do something really special here. This is something we get to tell our kids about. This is something we get to hold on to for the rest of our lives. We played club hockey in Mississippi. Not too many people could say that.
Hockey's contagious. It's a fever, and once you catch it, you're stuck with it.
So instead of catching that bug that's going around, try catching hockey fever. Make sure to support our Rebels starting tomorrow in the playoffs. I'm Erica Durkee with NewsWatch Ole Miss.
And that's all I've got for sports. Be sure to follow us on our socials and tune in to our sports talk show, Rebel Watch, tomorrow on YouTube. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority, filling up something far more important than any feat. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day, with understanding, empathy, and compassion, leaving hate to become what it truly is, a whisper.
Hi, I'm Woodsy Owl. In order to try and stop pollution, we need more help. So, help Woodsy spread the word. Come on, never be a dirty bird. No matter where you go, you can let some people know to give a hoot, don't pollute. Never be a dirty bird. In the city or in the woods, help keep America looking good.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. It's Maddie Grace Morris here, and even though it's technically still winter, spring fever is definitely in the air here in Oxford. The days are getting longer and the sun is peeking out a little bit more, so I think it's the perfect time to start transitioning our wardrobes. So whether you're out on the square, heading to an Ole Miss baseball game, or getting ready for a night out, here are the top fashion trends to help you step into spring in style. So first we have light layers, and these are a must in my opinion. So you have breezy trench coats, lightweight sweaters, and denim jackets that keep you comfortable from chilly mornings to warm afternoons. Next up are pastels and florals, and they're everywhere this season. Lavenders, baby blues, and even lemon add a fresh touch, while the floral prints bring that perfect spring vibe. For footwear, I think casual chic is the way to go. Swap your winter boots for stylish sneakers, trendy loafers, or even strappy sandals. And this is exciting for party looks. Think satin slip dresses, flowy skirts, and even sparkly tops paired with heels or block sandals. You can add fun accessories like chunky earrings or even a mini handbag to complete the outfit. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much, Maddie Grace. That's all we have for tonight. Make sure to tune in next week. I'm Alexi Anderchek.
And I'm Gabe Evans with your latest news.
I'm Caroline Dardo with Sports Watch.
And with Stormwatch, I'm William Traylor.
Be sure to keep up with us on our socials and tune in tomorrow at 5 for Rebel Watch.
NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live
and keep it local. Have a good night.